Hello, everybody. It is Friday. That means it's time for you to learn everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two
Hello,
Sisters
everybody.
Writing and
It is
Publishing,
Friday. That
and
means
I
it's
am
time for
here
you
with
to
Joanie
learn
Lindenmeyer,
everything you.
our superstar author. Again, I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I'm here with one of our superstar authors, Joanie Lindenmeyer, and we are going to talk to you about how to outline your book. So welcome, Joanie.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Oh,
You
my
too.
gollies.
You too.
Yes. How
Yes,
are you?
I'm really good. I'm grateful. I'm leading a virtual retreat tomorrow. Write your book in a day. I know you're going to
Ah,
be there. And it's,
I
yep.
I was going to say yes. Thank you for having me be there. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I'm going to teach everybody everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. And you will leave with an actual outline. So everybody who's participating, people across America, are going to do the work. So I told everybody in an email, get your sleep, stay hydrated, eat healthy food that energize your brain and body, and we are going to do the thing. It's going to be exciting and amazing. It's not too late to register, so I'll put the link here. And if you missed this one, there will be others, but please seize the day, make it happen.
I love it. Seize the day. Now is the time. Absolutely. I
Yes,
think the more that you procrastinate, the harder it becomes. So exactly. Seize the day.
yes, yes, yes. Procrastination is like the worst enemy of writers, but it's a real problem. And so I help, and everybody, Joni, says, I don't know where to start. I want to write a book. I don't know where to start. So I help people figure out where to start, just like when I coached you how to write
Yes.
your best-selling memoir, None Better, an amazing love story. You knew where to start, right? Can you talk about that?
Yes. Well, a little bit, yeah. I knew it was in my heart, but I didn't know how to put it into words, of course, because I had never written before, and that's why I hired you. I wanted you as a coach. It's my
Mhm.
sports world comes through on that one. But
Mhm.
I remember the real basic thing you said two things, or you asked me. Your questions are really good because they hit the nail on the head all the time. I don't
Thank
know if you're
you.
aware of that, but your questions, you are definitely a microphone interviewist personal person on that.
Thank
But you
you.
asked me yeah, you're welcome. You asked me two questions. What stories do you and Carol always tell people?
Right.
And it was like, oh my gosh, there was like the top 5 or 10 stories that we would always tell people and get a
Yeah.
great response. And,
Uh-huh.
and, and so that just opened up, oh yes, that's what I can write about, right? And so then
Wow.
the second question, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, you said, take out some pictures that you have, and that will lead you to the stories that are important for you to share and for others to hear about. It was all
Ooh.
pictures. And I don't know, I sent you some pictures. I sent Catherine some pictures. I'm always texting people pictures, and those pictures are what can turn into books, best selling.
Oh,
Think about that
yeah.
because you asked that question.
Hmm.
Just cool,
Wow.
just way cool.
Yay. I'm so glad, Joni. That's amazing. So yes, so tomorrow everybody's going to be outlining and I will be guiding them just the way I did with you, Joni, um, because it's it's about distilling down to the main themes of the book and writing an outline from there, which serves as your roadmap. So just like you would not leave the front door of your house and try to find a destination you've never been to without directions, you need a literary GPS, which is your outline, step by step, saves time, save money. You don't get saves money. You don't get lost. You don't get lost in the weeds. You don't get distracted. You don't waste time and money and
Yeah.
fuel. And so it's really exciting when I watch authors actually do this because having the outline is the number one confidence booster that they're like, okay, I can do this.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I have a prop for today.
Oh, what is it?
Okay. It's quite old. I've had it since I was 18 years old and started my first career of coaching.
Hmm.
And I actually used this prop when I wrote None Better. Okay. And it may seem strange to you, but I'm a sports person. I'm a coach.
Oh, a clipboard.
A
Yes.
clipboard, and it even has my name on the very back up here.
I love it.
It's
Uh-huh.
it's got some chips on it, but this clipboard has coached many a team, from boys to girls to co-ed, from volleyball to softball to basketball. And this was my game plan. And to me, that's what the outline is, Elizabeth. It's a game plan for what you
Oh,
want to achieve, what you want to excel at, what you want to challenge yourself with. And, I touch it and I hold it and I feel it. And I can think of games and I can think of players. And it's amazing the vibes, I guess, that this does. So everybody out there, think about what that outline is to you. And Elizabeth comes from a literary genius world where an outline is a little bit different in her world. And but mine comes back to sports and a game plan. And
mhm.
so having that game plan. So can I show my second prop?
Of course.
Okay. My second prop is, and I'm going to put it on my clipboard. This is It
Ooh.
was my outline for Healing Religious Hurts,
Oh,
which is
wow.
the
I love
banner
it.
behind me.
So, for those of you who are listening, Joni is holding up a clipboard that's holding a white piece of paper that has like an explosion of spokes around a circle, and there's orange, green, and unhighlighted words that, Joni, can you explain what that is?
Absolutely. Well, the middle circle is the name of the book. And at the time when we did this, Elizabeth, we were collaborating, and
Mhm.
it just says book by Elizabeth and Joanie.
I love
And
it.
so, and
Okay.
that was it. And oh, I lied. This is my Joyously free one. Let me pull out my Healing Religious Hurts one.
Oh, okay. So Joni and I collaborated on two books. It was her idea. She got this wonderful vision that we would collaborate on Joyously Free Stories and Tips to Live Your Truth as LGBTQ plus people, parents, and allies, and then Healing Religious Hurts, Stories and Tips to Find Love and Peace, both of which are self-help books that are very unique and inspiring. So Joni has her own method of outlining, which is really important because I would never make a circle as an outline, but it worked for her. So I use the traditional topic, Roman numeral one, and then capital A, and then small Roman numerals. So, it works, but everybody needs to find your own method. So, Joni, can you explain why it's in a circle?
Yes, because it comes back to sports. You have a circle of your team. That's your team and all the players on your team. And then as you have the spokes in the sports world, okay, Elizabeth is really good at this thing in her game. Catherine is really good at this. Gail, I could go through all the different players of the team. What are their best skills? And then I would have spokes off of that of what to do to help them, which would help the whole team, which is the circle. So in the book writing, the book title is The Circle. And then when you do the spokes outward, the different colors represent the stories that I personally want to share. Related to the next color code would be the theme. And then the next one would be the topic. And then
Okay.
the next color, because we added contributing writers, was who was going to be that person to fit into that theme and topic.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love
so that's why all the colors. But it was my game plan. And I don't want to say my game plan, because when we collaborated, Coach Elizabeth, Coach Joni, we put the book together.
Yeah.
And so it was our game plan. And that's what
Wow.
your book will become when you start to do your outline. It almost becomes bigger than you. It becomes a part of Elizabeth. It becomes a part of whoever you are involved with to
Mm-hmm.
make it happen. And it's really, really the coolest thing on the planet. So
I love it.
I laugh so hard, Elizabeth. Um, when you talk about, sorry, I'm a little bit low on energy here today, but when you talk about your Roman numerals for your outline, I just laugh hilarious, because it's like confused on those numbers and those bullets and those things, but
Oh,
it works for you. And I know
right.
when we collaborated, it was like I was translating. I felt like a translator of Roman numerals to circles and spokes, and it sure worked for us because our books are just doing so well and touching so many hearts. And that's the goal, I think, as
Mhm.
you do your outline, what is the goal? What
Mhm.
is the goal? And I hope that you will do the worksheet, which even becomes before the outline, which is
Right.
why are you doing this?
The
And I hope
summary
that's part of
sentence.
your retreat tomorrow.
Of course, everyone is
You
going
know,
to do the summary sentence exercise
that's
it's
it.
something I came up with. It helps you get clarity on what you're doing. And then it
Yes.
serves as your North Star on your book writing journey. So again, I put the link here. So if you want to sign up for tomorrow, you are welcome. And you can stop procrastinating. You can stop feeling confused, overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, because you'll get it all with a big dose of inspiration, high energy, fun. Plus, you get to meet writers across America, and that's always a beautiful benefit of participating in a writing retreat or workshop. And so it's really exciting. So, one major thing that I share is to begin with a bang. You have
Oh,
to
yeah.
capture the reader's attention from the first line because in this multimedia world, we're all competing with the sensory extravaganza of our devices that have music and videos, and it's very passive. You just sit and look at it and you're entertained, and you've wasted hours of time and energy, whereas you could be writing. However, you're competing with all the humans who have a phone in their hand. And instead of physically reading a book, which takes effort, concentration, focus, you want to capture their attention. You want those words to literally jump up off the page and dance for the reader. So, how do you do that? You can't make it boring. You can't make it generic. You have to make it really unique, and it has to be something shocking or really wonderful or blissful or horrible or traumatic, whatever it is, or something surprising. Um, and you will grab the reader's attention. Everything is storytelling. So you have to use stories to capture the reader's attention. And then if you have, for example, a business book, telling stories around how you got into this business or how you overcame tremendous odds to become a successful business person, you start off with that because the promise on the cover is that you are going to solve a problem for the reader. You're going to solve a problem, and that could be as simple as entertaining them. That could be as simple as making them believe in love again if you're writing a romance novel. That could be how to start and sustain a successful business if you're writing a business book. You are promising them something. So when they open it up, even if you start on a story that seems irrelevant to your title and your topic, the reader opens the book knowing you are going to teach them something. So don't worry about, oh my gosh, I need to get right to the powerful message of it. No, you need to lure us in with something really enticing. Joni, what are your thoughts on that?
I love it. I remember you saying that so clearly to me back in None Better. And start with a bang and end with a bang. That's what I
Yeah.
remember you saying. And
Uh-huh.
your words right now, I mean, I would love to re-listen to those again because they're so powerful and how you described it. But you're exactly right. And my version is I'm going to go to fishing. It's like you have a hook, and what is going to be on that lure? What's going to be on that hook to
Mm-hmm.
hook the reader in? And you're right. It could be all your examples were fabulous,
Thank you.
and how fun to read a book that starts that way. I've picked up a few other books that don't start that way, and I am bored out of my
Oh,
mind.
oh,
But
terrible.
every book that I think you have helped people write, which I've read many of your many authors' books, they all start with a bang. And I thought, man, we're all listening to the greatest coach in America right here, Elizabeth,
No.
because we're doing what she says, and it's becoming it's the best because it's selling books, it's helping people, it's invigorating. And
Mhm.
yeah, start with a bang. And I didn't know what that meant because I remember writing, and then you recommended, well, what about this for starting with a bang? What about this for starting with a bang? And you opened my eyes and mind to what that could look like. And wow, did it happen for None Better? Woo-hoo!
Uh-huh. Yay. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, you are a
Oh,
pro.
thanks, Joni. Thank you. Well,
Yeah,
let me just share that you're a star student because you took everything that I said. You're a retired phys ed teacher and a retired former Catholic nun and coach. So
yeah,
you took everything, having never written a book before, you took all the guidance and you rocked it. And but None Better became a bestseller, and now our other two books are, like you said, touching lives everywhere. So another technique that you can use is you begin with a bang to get their attention and do that with every chapter. And then you end your chapters with a cliffhanger if you can. And that means ending without giving the answer, like something crazy happened, something suspenseful, and then you just end it. You don't tell them what happened. So that's going to build suspense and they're going to turn the page and keep reading. So
right,
my
right.
mother just got an email from somebody that we met in Oregon, this wonderful woman. She bought my mother's book that night, The Triumph of Rosemary, a memoir by Judge Marilyn E. Atkins. And this lady emailed us and she said, thanks, Joni. She emailed us and said, I love the book, except I stayed up till 1 in the morning reading. I couldn't put it down. And so, of course, my mother, being the judge that she is retired, she didn't want to hear any of my writing tips. She just wanted to do it her way, and she rocked it. She wrote very conversational uh,
Yeah, yeah,
scenes and chapters, and it just that's what everybody says. I felt like she was talking to me. So,
right.
um, she had some cliffhangers in there, and then you just deliver on later. You tell the answers, but in the meantime, it keeps them reading.
The suspense. What's coming next? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And her
Uh-huh.
book was absolutely phenomenal. And I know that you're in the process of making a movie out of that. And oh boy, that'll be a humdinger. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Marilyn.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, The Triumph of Rosemary by Judge Marilyn E. Atkins is now a screenplay that will soon be shopped to Hollywood. And here's something for all you writers out there. People were always telling her, you should write a book. So she finally wrote the book. And then they're like, you should make a movie out of this book. And so we hired a screenwriter and we're on our way. So when people are telling you that there is something compelling in your story, that you need to write a book about it, listen and take action. And Joni, I know people were telling you that too, right over the years.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and the audio book. So I'm both. I'm moving into the audio book, and I hope and pray that the movie thingy or however that can come out. I've heard people say, well, not just a movie. I think it should be a TV series, so you get a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit there. And
Oh,
people are always throwing out ideas and of who might play this part and who might play that part. And I think
uh-huh.
about your mom, who would play the part of your mom and who would play the part of your dad. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I never met your dad, but I feel like I know him via the spirit world. Would play those roles.
Yeah, I want George Clooney to play my father, and I want Tandy Newton um, to play my mother.
Oh,
Or
awesome.
Zendara would be awesome as well. But she's very young, but
Cool.
they can put makeup on her for the older years.
Uh-huh. I
Mhm.
love it. Put makeup on
Zendaya.
for you.
I'm sorry, Zendaya. I said her name
Oh,
wrong.
is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
She's
Cool.
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and you and Catherine would have to be in the book. Who would play you and Catherine?
I don't have the first clue. I would have to, I don't know. We'd have to figure that out, but it would be
Right, right.
exciting to do
But
casting.
how fun to think that that's where her book probably started with an outline, you know, came from an outline and she just let it rip. And then look what you've done with her on it and look what she's done. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you two are both examples of people who have vastly different backgrounds that had nothing to do with writing books, and that you both, on your first time out the gate, wrote amazing books. Amazing books. So everybody, if you're listening, it doesn't matter what your background is, you can tell an amazing story and inspire people, educate people, instruct them, share your triumphs. Like we specialize in against the odds success stories here, and both you and my mother are like that. And that means you overcame some potentially impossible odds And for you, Joni, that was you coming out of, well, coming out literally.
Literally, out, shout, shout.
During an era in the 1980s when it was dangerous to come out. And you proceeded to have a 40-year love affair with Carol, the love of your life. So that was against the odds because many people, first of all, might not have even left the the convent as a nun.
Uh,
And so that's one against the odds. And then you succeeded in your adventurous love for 40 years, starting at a
mhm.
time that was very dangerous and difficult. And then you, again, another one was getting married. Catholic, you wanted to marry in the Catholic Church, advocated to them, didn't get a response, and then you changed denominations. You became an
Right,
Episcopalian. Amazing.
right.
You have like a
Yeah,
triple against the odds success story.
I know. And it keeps happening too, it just keeps happening. Doors keep opening, vaults keep
Mhm,
opening. And
mhm,
the story continues. The story continues. The same with your mom too,
mhm.
and I look at the books that you've written as well, Elizabeth, just phenomenal stories, phenomenal, phenomenal.
Thank you. Thanks. It's
I know
exciting.
I'm short on words today. You've got all the words going on, but my heart is so full and so full of gratitude and excited. Just so I'm glad you're the one speaking the most today.
Oh, well, thanks, Joni. That's exciting. And I'm grateful that you're here. You are a tremendous powerhouse. You are a marketing and promotions extravaganza. Everywhere we go, I was just in Oregon for 3 weeks and I saw Joni on several occasions for our book events and socializing and other things and meetings and things. And Joni just literally, like, we were in a restaurant and a lady walked up and said, "I love your necklace." And then 5 minutes later, the lady is buying None Better. Like, Joni didn't even have to try and sell her on anything. She just attracts people. She sells books in the grocery store and the post office and like just pulls books out of her backpack. Boom. It's amazing. So, not to mention you travel all over the country doing events and book signings and interviews, and it's just such a tremendous inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. And I have so much fun because if I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be doing it,
Mhm,
and I don't know about you, but that's how I operate, that um it's down to the fun and to the joy of being myself. And when
mhm,
you are yourself, all authors, all people, when you are yourself and you can truly be out, whatever that means, um, oh my gosh, there's just joyously free freedom to express and to share everything beautiful going on in your life. And it helps even having a book that says, hey, this is what I put in print. And as an author, I never knew what that feeling was like, Elizabeth, and now I do. And I so admire people that are signed up for your retreat and for people that have written their books. I mean, I am more in awe of that. Well, I shouldn't say more. I'm in awe of people that do that as much as the famous athletes of the world or the entertainers of the world, but authors sometimes don't get that limelight, I guess is what I want to say, when they probably should.
mhm,
More accolades need to go to authors and to book coaches for making that happen. You and Catherine as publishers and editors, I mean, oh my gosh, just phenomenal. Your expertise. Do you know how gifted you are in
mhm.
Catherine? I'm
Oh,
serious, because
oh,
any of our books, any of the books, and I don't know how many you've helped people with now, but all those books, you have added your pizzazz and your insights and your experiences. And that's what makes it work. That's what makes it work. And so,
mhm.
like I said, I'm just so grateful. Boy, here I go. I'm getting emotional. So I just thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Joni. You're welcome. That's incredible. It's so cool when we usher someone from idea to published book and they just say, "You changed my life," and I'm crying tears of joy. My books just
Yeah.
showed up at my doorstep, delivered by UPS, and they're touching this physical thing that came out of their heart and mind, and I helped birth their book. And it's such a blessing to be able to share this gift with people.
Right on.
You.
Right on.
Yeah. So all of you writers out there, you can join our writing retreat, or I also work with people one-on-one privately and in group coaching. So please go to twosisterswriting.com, go to the coaching page. You can book a free Zoom or phone call with me, and I would be delighted to talk about how we can help you. And also, if you want to join one of our retreats, you can join on Saturday, November 16th, 2024. And if you're watching this after that, um, stay tuned on our website where you can, on the events page, you can find more. And the link here is if you want to sign up for tomorrow, it's right here. And we hope to see you because writing a book is so exhilarating, so exciting. It's so incomparable to anything because it's all you. It's all from your heart and your soul, and you're sharing it with the world. And the sense of fulfillment, first of all, is incredible. But then when other people read it and they give you praise and accolades and it inspires them to live their life better, that is just, you can't put a dollar amount on that. It's
No.
so beautiful. It's such a gift to yourself and to the world. So let's do
Yep.
it. We can help. And I want to thank you for watching me and Joanie. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. We've published almost 60 books in 8.5 years. It's amazing. Please visit twosisterswriting.com. And Joanie, any final words?
Um, Probably so. You have a picture on your desk underneath your books back there. And I think you told me it says, be brave, be bold. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Uh-huh. On the
So
fireplace.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's the framed picture on the fireplace. This right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Be brave, be bold. And I guess
Mhm.
that's my final comment to everybody watching right now. Be brave, be bold, act on it now and write your book. Write it
Mhm.
down. Write it
Mhm.
down.
Wonderful. Awesome, Joanie. Well, thank you again, everybody out there. Please connect with us. You can find Joanie on Facebook at Joanie Lindenmeyer. She loves to take questions, comments. If you have any questions about her experience writing and all the books and her events, please visit twosisterswriting.com. Our events page has all the upcoming events. There's also our books, Healing Religious Hurts, Joyously Free, and those are the two books Joanie and I wrote together. And yes. And then her book, Nun Better, is there as well. You can also find my Goddess Power books, books 1 and 2 in a 6-part series, which Joanie has read. And so we're all about inspiring people, and not only through sharing books for you to read, but also teaching you how to write. So we will see you next Friday. Please share this with any aspiring writers you know. Please check out the whole playlist, which has almost 70 videos in it now, with me and Joanie going live every Friday talking about everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote your book. So we wish you happy reading and happy writing, and we